How is it going down, guys? Jack Reeve, TalkNorwichCity here, back for another predicted 11 video. Yes, it's QPR at Loftus Road this Saturday. It's the big 5:30 kickoff on Sky Sports. Not overly sure why they've picked this game to show, but there we go. It's on telly. I think QPR were on in the week as well, actually, against Millwall. Of course, all games are now shown on Sky Sports. Anyway, QPR, they started the season horrifically, didn't they? They had that 4-0 defeat. They had I think it was a 7-0 defeat or a 7-1 defeat early on, and they were rock bottom, and you were thinking Steve McLaren's going to be gone soon. They've now won 4 of their last 5 fixtures, them wins coming against Millwall, Bolton and Wigan in the league, and Bristol Rovers in the Carabao Cup. So they're in some really good form, actually, and they're climbing up the table. Us, on the other hand, we're doing fairly well as well. Well, in the last couple of weeks, that fantastic win against Reading in the week, and the win against Middlesbrough last Saturday. So if we beat QPR, that's then 9 points in 7 days. That's pretty good going. Anyway, let's get into the team. I'm filming this. I usually like to film these on a Thursday. I'm filming this one on a Friday because I wanted to wait for the press conference, mainly because the last press conference unearthed a whole load of injury problems, and I didn't know if today's was going to be the same. Luckily, it doesn't look too bad. So in goal, I'm going to go with Tim Krul. Was really good against Middlesbrough. I thought he had his best game of the season. Didn't make too many mistakes against Reading. So hopefully, you know, that experience and that talent that everyone was talking about when we first signed him is starting to shine through now. In at left back, Jamal Lewis. What an absolute baller this player is. What a player Jamal Lewis is. So young, academy graduate, and just a real athlete up and down the pitch, but defensively very clever as well. He's a left back who, first of all, concentrates on his defensive duties. We can all remember the likes of Mitchell Dykes a few seasons ago, who was very good running up the pitch, but, you know, defensive duties slipped a little bit. The same with Ivo Pinto on the other side. Loves to get forwards, not so great defensively. Jamal Lewis is a very rounded player, and there's so much more to come from him. Been so impressed with him. The 2 centre-back pairings of Zimmerman and Closer, both been really solid. Tim Close is I think a seasoned Championship defender now. I think he's really solid. And Zimmerman has slotted in fantastically well. He had a slightly shaky first 20 minutes against Middlesbrough, as you'd expect. He hadn't played all season, and he's fitted in really well for Grant Hanley. So well done to him. And then on the right, well, what a few games this man has had. Max Emilian Aarons. Brought into the side. Massive call against Ipswich. Scored, of course, against Cardiff. And he's been absolutely superb. Better than Pinto. Better than anyone else we've got there. So well done to Max Aarons for cementing that right-back place as his own. Now, the midfield, I think, has been the biggest improvement over the last couple of weeks. Whenever Norwich City don't perform, for me, I said it in last week's podcast, is because of the slight imbalance between the midfield. We never really know whether to defend more as a midfield or go forwards more as a midfield. We seem to have sussed that in the last couple of weeks with Moritz Leitner and Alex Tete. Leitner's been playing really well. We're starting to see the real deal from him. Tete is, you know, really surprised me, actually. He's been very, very good. Now, can Tete play 3 games in 7 days? I'm doubtful. I hope I'm wrong. I just can't see Farke starting him in this one. So I'm going to go with Leitner and Tribal, actually. I think a fairly solid midfield pairing. Tribal's been good when he's come on this season. Leitner's been really good, as I said. I would prefer to see Tete in there over Tribal, but I just can't see it happening, mainly because of Alex Tete's glass knees. Now, I'm going to go up the pitch, first of all, because I'm trying to do this as a process of elimination, mainly. And the first name for me on the team sheet at the moment is that man, Teemu Pukki. Wow, what a season he's having so far. He's been involved in 5 of the last 10 Norwich City goals, 4 goals and 1 assist. I think it's something like 9 goals in 11 games or something for club and country this season. He's been on absolute fire, and he looks even more suited to that out-and-out striker role rather than playing as a sort of a number 10/winger. So Pukki goes in there. For me, Stiepermann has to go in there. He's been absolutely magnificent the last 2 games. A real bright show against Middlesbrough, a fantastic run for the second goal against Reading, and he's that player who can pick the ball up from deep and charge. He's powerful. I think I joked in our WhatsApp group with me, Connor and Chris, that he's sort of like that 2012 Yaya Toure almost at time, picking the ball up, driving forwards. Sheeperman gets in the team for me. In behind the striker, I'm going to go with Emi Buendia. I think he's really toughened up to the Championship over the last couple of games, and he's adapted quickly. When we first signed him, I wasn't overly sure what to make of him. Was he going to be another Sergi Canos? He's technically so good. Technically so good. He moves the ball really nicely. He just keeps things buzzing about. He keeps the tempo high. And Norwich City, when we play our best football, it's when the tempo is high. And Emi Buendia is absolutely instrumental in that. And the final player on the pitch for me, I'm going to stick with Todd Cantwell, you know. I like Todd. I really do like Todd. I think he's got that kind of Maddison attitude about him, that slight cockiness, that willingness to take chances. And as a number 10, as a winger, whatever, you know, position Todd Cantwell is played in at the weekend, if he is played, of course, I want to see him taking them chances. Of course, you know, you've got to be clever and sometimes you've got to keep possession and just recycle things. But we saw against Reading, that killer ball through the Reading defence led to Timu Puki's goal. And I was frustrated to see a few people say, not many, just a couple, say that, you know, Todd needs to be a bit more clever with the ball. I think Cantwell is allowed to take a few chances, take a few risks. He was a big opportunity for him against Reading on Wednesday with his league debut, and I think he took it with both hands. So well done to him, and I think for me, he goes back in there. Now, you've got a few options here, of course. You've got Ben Godfrey probably knocking on the gaffer's door every day at the moment saying, look, mate, I'm here, I'm ready to play. You've given me a chance in the cup games, I've performed. When can I play in the league? And, you know, it's a good shout from Ben Godfrey, but at the moment, where do you fit him in? I suppose you could play 5 at the back, that 3 at the back. We like to maybe call it, or Ben Godfrey in as a centre-back and the wing-backs push slightly forward, but that then means sacrificing one of your forward players. It could be an option. It could be a good option away from home. You've also got Louis Thompson coming back into the fold. He is now fit and raring to go, so he could be an option in the middle of the park. We all know how instrumental Louis Thompson can be when he's on the pitch. So yeah, I think, you know, we go to QPR high in confidence, up against the team, admittedly high in confidence. I would take a point. It's all about keeping that consistency going. You take a point, you go into the cup game against Wycombe, who really cares what happens in that game, and then it's Wigan at home. You win your home games, you draw your away games, you keep that momentum spinning, and it's happy days at Carrow Road. But, you know, QPR are going to be bang up for it. Tony Leicester as captain saying they're really looking forward to play in front of their home crowd after their good few weeks, but we'll be going there high on confidence. I'm looking forward to it. It should be a really interesting encounter. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. Score predictions, all of that good stuff. Head over to FansBet, all of the best odds on there. And we will see you very, very soon. Bye-bye.